Take a couple minutes to let this sink in. I'm going to tell you a story. This is how it begins. Rachel was her name. She was funny, pretty, and smart, but she had a hard time expressing what she desired in her heart. She could make all the boys stare, so that's just what she did. She'd flaunt herself around, and they drew like little kids. To her, that was the only way to get their attention, because comments about her body were all they'd ever mention. All the guys wanted to get with her, and sometimes she'd give in hopes that this time it'd be different, not what it had always been. But time after time, the boy would leave right after he got what he wanted to receive. Most of the time that was sex, sometimes just fooling around. But regardless of what happened first, the words that came next were quickly a familiar sound. "We need to break up," the boy would always say, and he'd leave no reason of why he felt that way. He would just wander into her life and leave a short time later, not realizing how much that would hurt, or how much it'd deflate her. Any confidence Rachel had left when the guys would walk away, and finding self-worth became more and more of a struggle with every passing day. Eventually she felt like searching for love was hopeless and dumb, so she drowned herself in physical pleasure instead because it made her feel numb. I wish I could tell you Rachel found a guy that treated her right. I wish I could tell you that her life that once seemed so dim turned into something so bright. But if I told you that, I would be lying, because Rachel still goes to bed with company, but wakes up alone and crying. How could she be so naive? Because physical love is all she'd ever received. How did she let guys treat her like that? Because being with those guys is the only time she didn't feel ugly or fat. It's a cruel world, at least that's what they say. But I don't think we realize it's like that because we make it that way. Society tells girls that physical appearance is the only important trait. It tells them to use their bodies as sexual bait. That having meaningless sex is where they need to gravitate, and if they're not having sex, then they must be overweight. And then the guys come around and give reaffirmation, which quickly returns those societal lies into a conflagration. Our sexual morals have gone up in flames, but it's just because of our raging hormones. At least that's what we claim. In reality, it's because guys have thrown out love and replaced it with sex. And girls have forgotten that they first need to love themselves, and then loving others will come next. It's time to start treating girls the way they're supposed to be treated. And I don't just mean opening the doors for them and helping them get seated. I mean actually making them feel loved instead of just saying it, and actually playing the part of the comforting, strengthening man instead of just portraying it. And girls, it's time to learn something that Rachel never learned. If you don't love yourself, then when someone else loves you, you can't truly love them in return. The Bible tells us to love our neighbors as ourselves. But how can we do that if inside of us there isn't a place where self-love dwells? Love who you are and understand that you're beautiful, because then and only then will you be able to find a love that is irrefutable. A guy that loves you for you instead of wanting you to be mutable, and the strength to stay away from the guys that label you as doable. Love is a beautiful thing, but lately it hasn't been. So let's throw out the things that are fake and not right, and learn to love in a way that is beautiful again.